Hey y'all, hey, thank you all for joining me on my YouTube channel or whichever other platform that you may hear this on. I am Coach Gant, the Rage Coach. What's going on, everybody? I just want to share what the Lord has shared with me for anyone that may be experiencing resistance or a lot of warfare, resistance. Um, I just want you to know that God sees you, He hears you. He confirmed it with me as well. So I want to share with you all that may be experiencing some warfare, some resistance. He said every time the enemy go low, that means for you to go higher in prayer. Every time the enemy go low, go higher. The enemy knows his time is up. He know that God is sending his people to the kingdom of darkness. I know that I am called to the kingdom of darkness, and he turned up the heat, but he couldn't do it unless God allowed it. So God allowed the enemy to turn up the heat because you know why? This is training ground. This is our training ground. We is on training ground. So what a powerful way to be trained by God besides experiencing it. Your best teacher is experience. You understand? So every time the enemy go low, that means you go higher up in prayer. Every time the enemy go low, that means you go higher because we are on training grounds. And what a powerful way to be trained by God. I feel like Clarissa Shields, she got those hands and I got that word. You hear me? She got those hands and I got that word. It's war. The enemy knows that God is sent his people. He have put their word in their belly. He has put his word in their mouth, and they ready to come forth. So he turned up the heat. So if you experience some resistance or some spiritual warfare, both either or, however it goes, just know every time the enemy go low, that means you go higher in prayer. The enemy pushed me to God. He pushed me to stay on my face because this fight that we fighting, you can't even fight it without God. He pushed me to stay on my face. So the enemy, every time he go low, he try to resist. He do that spiritual war, got that spiritual warfare going on. I go higher in my prayer. So I'm on training grounds. You hear me? And there's no better way to be trained by God by experiencing it because anything that you want of God, you gotta go experience it. You gotta suffer with him to reign with him. So I'm so glad that I'm being trained by God. I'm on training ground. So every time the enemy go low, I go higher in my prayer. The champ is here. You hear me? I love that. Clarissa Shields got those hands, and I got the word. You hear me? War ready. We have to be war ready. We in a time to where we have to be in our word 10 toes down on what God said because the enemy is cunning. He using whoever he made devour whoever that is a willing vessel. So you gotta be vigilant, stay alert because the enemy not playing and neither am I and neither should you. Don't let the enemy play in your face. He did that long enough. I've been fighting my whole life. So I'm well equipped to dismantle the enemy with the word of God. What could mere men do to me? With the word of God, I'm undefeated. I love you all with the love of Christ. Be blessed. Bye for now.